Hey everyone, Wicked Jutto here. Time to continue our Build My Base series on the Dead Man Switch. So let's just jump straight into the next one. So the next one we have in mind is a spike or piston activator. So let's first try and find some space. So maybe like here. It's very similar to the previous tutorial. The only difference is we're changing how it activates. It gets a little devious, so bear with us. So let's think. This actually blends in right into our flame traps. So imagine same setup, but we had a flame trap. So maybe 1, 2, 3, 4. So similar thing. Okay. If you were doing this, block this, but I'm just leaving it open for the sake of... Well, it's just a tutorial. Don't give me a hard time, okay? Alright, so similar thing. Again, you can copy some of the techniques from the other one into this, but it'll work almost identical. Okay, so let's think. Question is, where do we want it to drop? Okay, so let's imagine... Okay, piston here, right? And it has blockade. And obviously, if you were doing this, you'd just put pistons all the way along there. I'm probably gonna delete some of these. Just imagine there were more pistons here. Same with this one. I'm just gonna keep the one, but imagine these were all pistons too. Okay, the important one on this one is this has self-destruct. It has blockade, but it also has self-destruct. And what we can do with self-destruct, it works kind of weird in this game, is it will explode every tile around itself. So what we can do is we can actually let it explode a hollow cube, which has masquerade, and hey, this sounds very familiar, doesn't it? So let's put this as that. We want picture perfect on this one. This isn't exposed, so we don't care. But we do need a ramp. Let's see, how can we make this work? Something like that, maybe. So you kind of path up here and into there. Is this 2 up? It is 2 up. So we'd need to make that. Okay, and then we need that all solid, this all solid. How do we get around that? I guess we started a bit higher, right? But we can't make this higher because... let's think. I'm not sure if this will kill him, is the problem. If we did that, he's probably not going to die. So we actually need to do that. Kind of like that, maybe. Okay, and then he'll path around like that. And that must be enclosed, by the way. If it's not enclosed, players will think something's up. And opaque, so nothing to see here. And then we'll just place these here. Okay. Okay, we're gonna leave that open. I guess we don't need that. And then just kind of filling this in. That doesn't need to be there. That does need to be there, I believe. Yep. And then 1 and 2. Okay, and then we just need our enforcer. Okay. Okay. He's got Deadman switch. And yeah, he should be able to drop down here. Alright, let's do this. Why are you here? Oh, that's right, because it's explode triggered. Got it. Alright, let's path him. So we'll kind of do that to get him to trigger. He'll drop. Oh. Didn't I put a... Oh, I see. I moved it up one. Right, got it. All over it. Let's try it one more time. Okay, and then drop down. Okay, and then that see how he stops. If he doesn't stop, then you'll have to repath it. Just as an FYI. Okay, and then we delete that, so this has picture, perfect, and so nothing looks wrong, and then we should be good. We just shoot this because it's part of this flame piston setup, so nothing looks out of the ordinary if we had like all this here, right? But for capacity constraints, just imagine. Alright, so let's test this. Okay. Alright, so we're coming up to a flame thing. We have a little peek, and yes, it's a flame trap. Let's shoot this so it explodes. Hello? There's no... Oh, I should be able to check. Why is this not here? Okay. Today we learned. Did that change? Maybe the devs patched this. Or maybe I'm just doing this wrong. Let's think. So it's here. We could do here. Yeah, so he drops down because I shot it with the crossbow. But why didn't that work? Yeah, that's a good question. I think behavior might have patched this. We can still make this work, by the way. It's just gonna be... Well, can we make this work? Because then it'd just be a regular holocube, right? We can make this work. It's a little bit more awkward to do. It's not impossible. Alright. Let's try again. Round 2. And I'll kind of explain how we make it work. First, let's see if it would work if we had all the right infrastructure in place. So we... Let's see if that works. So it's on this cube instead of on this cube. Alright, let's see if that works. We're just doing some testing. Okay, so we can see it from here. Alright, so bear with us. I will move the test setup so it's not intersecting the previous one, but we're just doing some testing. Okay, so interesting, that does not penetrate there. Okay. This is a bit of a pickle. I want to try one other thing. Change it to a spike. But if it didn't work there... Oh, hang on. I'm just curious. I'm just doing one more test. Because I'm wondering if, like, the game detects that there's a block there and it stops it. I didn't put explode on it. Hello? That was weird. Alright, explode. Let's try that. That works fascinating. So the devs must have changed how this type of stuff works. Fascinating. Let's see if this works. We're kind of testing on the fly here, so bear with us. Yes, so that works. See that? That's what we want. Okay, let us move the setup just slightly. I know it's a little annoying, but this is important to get right. It's just a little annoying, that's all. Okay, we're gonna get rid of you. But this stuff happens all the time as a builder. Is like things won't quite work the way you expect it to, and you just gotta adapt. It's nothing out of the ordinary. Okay, so let's patch this back up. We'll remove this. And this is still here. Okay, so let's see. So as long as it was like this, right? As long as that's like that, I guess I could put it on the floor, right? No, it does need to be there. That's annoying. Okay. Imagine that was open there, but we're just going to do this for the sake of the game. Okay, and then we'll kind of place you there. I'll do another test just to make sure this works with the masquerade. And then, oops, and then like that, something like that. Like that. Okay. And then like that with the picture. I really backed myself into a corner here. Okay, and then we trying to think how I can don't love this. Guess we can do something like this. And And then like that, maybe. Oh no, I can't. That has to be like that. Guess that's okay. It's a little not ideal, but sure. Okay. And that must be opaque. Okay. Okay. Just fill that in. Sorry, I should be testing this actually before we seal it all in. Let's just make sure we can see it. So before we put the minion in, let's just test it and make sure before we get too far ahead. Always test. Make sure you're always testing. Otherwise you'll get further into a build and realize it's not going to work. So that looks good. Okay. Okay, so... Okay. Again, this isn't optimized, but, you know, you get the idea. Yeah, I don't know why this is even here, but fine. Alright, so we got our guard. The dead man. We also need a platform for him to land on. So let's just quickly do that. Otherwise he won't path. That's probably not close enough. Oops. Okay, there we go. Then he'll actually path. And then... Okay. You want to hear that shimmer, by the way. If you don't hear that shimmer, he's just going to keep pathing. Alright, so let's remove the platform, and then we should be good from here. And then we've just got 1, 2, 3, 4, and then block. And then we have our exit. I'll just put the flame trap so you get an idea. And then just imagine this was all pistons. And this needs blockade. Okay, and then the other pistons, just make sure they have blockade unstable. Just so they're continually blocking this, right? Then raiders are focusing on this and not on this. Okay, let's get started. Okay. Okay, so I do that. Okay, nothing's going on. And hello! So that's kind of it. So you can kind of like differentiate from the previous episode. The hollow cube, well, we can test it. With the hollow cube one, you kind of have a little visual cue, right? If I'm looking up and not down here, you can kind of see something's going on, right? But if we just restart this, in contrast, if we're killing this thing, you don't actually see anything going on, right? So yeah, that's kind of it. The one thing I'll say is, instead of a piston, you can also replace this with a spike trap with explode. It'll behave exactly the same way. So it's really up to you and what you think would work in the space that you're working with. So get creative with it and yeah, go from there. So we'll kind of end the episode here. Next we'll do like another Deadman switch, but that's for next time. So thanks everyone for joining. If you liked what you see, consider liking and subscribing. It really helps us out, and we'll see you in the next one.